Hi everyone, Squatch'ya doing? Angie here. You are not going to want to miss what I just saw. I kind of already snuck up the hill to see what they did. You're not going to want to miss it. I think they went a little psycho. Let's go see. And as a refresher, what we left behind last time, that Tupperware type of container that was clear with the blue lid that they had a screw to take off and on the lid. And then inside of that, we had a red Christmas bell. I almost forgot. We left a feather that I wrapped some leather straps around the bottom of it, and I put a little like red charm on it. So let's see if that is up there as well. So here is a look of what I walked up upon at our spot. As you can see, there is just loads of leaves. So I'm going to have to clear those leaves out like we did last time. But we can definitely see just by looking at it that the jar has got at least knocked over. And there's a bunch of, I don't know what's going on here with the feather and the circle of beads. Let's clear it off and take a deeper dive and see what we got going on. Okay, we are going to clean off the leaves like we did last time to see what is going on under here. We got to be super careful so we don't mess up anything that was done. I can already see some interesting stuff. So let's just keep taking this off. You probably don't want to watch me do all this. Alrighty, now that I have the area cleaned up, let's take a look. Alrighty, so here is a look of the cleared off area, but they really just destroyed it. So yeah, you can see they destroyed it. Stuff is scattered all over the place. We did have that feather there in the middle and a circle of those 8 jewels, but now you can see everything is just laying all around. I'm still trying to figure out why they did this. I'm thinking it was just for fun, that they just came up and just kind of like a toddler does after they build like a tower of blocks, they just knock it over and then they take their hands and they just scatter everything around just for fun. That's what I'm thinking happened. I don't think there was any type of maliciousness. I just think it was a juvenile Sasquatch just having a good old time. And if memory serves, this is the second time that they have really just kind of gone crazy in the gifting area of messing stuff up. Normally they're very gentle and polite, I guess maybe is a good word for it. But 2 times now they have just destroyed it. We will move in closer here so you can actually see the beads, or what I'm calling beads. Sometimes I call them jewels. And you can see what they've done to them up close and personal. And I also wanted to let you guys know that I am having to do voiceover in this video because once again, while I was recording everything, my equipment started recording in slow-mo. So it seems like just about the last 2 to 3 times I have been up there, all of a sudden in my recordings, it just automatically switches into slow motion. And you can't hear a word I'm saying because it's all garbly. So I really truly believe that somehow energetically the Sasquatch is affecting my recording equipment. And thus I'm having to do voiceovers. We're going to have to somehow, some way figure out how the Sasquatch are doing this. This is not unusual. There are a lot of reports of people stating that their electronics malfunction or just don't work at all out in the field. And I'm starting now to experience this. Never happened before, but the last couple times it has happened. It is becoming a thing. And I'm not quite sure what to make of it, but we will pay attention to this and see what we can figure out. Now we're going to pay attention to the feather and the red charm or bauble, as I call it sometimes. Let's take a look. As we zoom into the feather, you can see that the base of the feather, the stem, there used to be the leather was wrapped around that. And it is tied in a knot. And that's why the leather is still actually on the feather, because that spot is tied in a knot. But as you can see, everything else has been undone. And in undoing it, the charm, the bauble, the red bauble there on your left has fallen off. That was not going to happen unless something undid that leather wrapping. In my opinion, what can undo leather wrapping or something that's wrapped around something and then tied? You're going to need hands to do that. So what things have hands out in the woods? Well, not too many. Human beings, Homo sapiens sapiens. There's raccoons, but I really don't think a raccoon did that. A squirrel, but I really don't think a squirrel did that. So that really only leaves one other thing. And so I'll just leave it at that. That's what I feel is going on. I believe the big guy is doing this. Now, not necessarily the big guy, but maybe the juvenile guy is doing this. Well, let's scoot down and let's take a look at this bell inside this container. Okay, so here is the container. Now, I know we left it upright. I would not leave it on its side, so that has been interacted with. All right, so here we go. The slow-mo is happening again in this segment, so I'm going to have to do a voiceover in this segment. Like I said before, this is happening more and more, where all of a sudden it just turns into slow motion. So weird. Anyways, as you can see, the container's been knocked over. You know, that's not earth-shattering. Any type of environment could have done that. But let's take a closer look to see if anything has happened to the actual container. We're going to speed this section up because once again, it's in slow-mo. As you can see, I am moving the container around, just kind of looking at it. There is a bunch of mud on it, and it does look like there could be possibly some fingerprints, so I will take that with me, just so you guys know. All right, but I'm gonna have to take that. I'm gonna take that because there might be a print on that. What do you guys think? What would make them kind of just go, for lack of a better word, crazy, and to make such a mess? Why would they destroy it when they haven't destroyed anything else? Comment down below. I would love to know your thoughts. All right, so I got the new setup. Let's take a look. All right, here we are. We have brought back the rubber duckies. So we have Minnie, Elsa, and Ariel. I tied the feather back with the leather strap and the gem, and I have it dangling by the leather strap from the stick. So that's all we're gonna do this time. Let's see if we get any action. Wasn't that crazy? I don't know if that was out of just them having fun or if that was out of anger, them destroying the area. Wow, that was pretty cool. What do y'all think? Let me know down below. And make sure you keep checking back because we never know what they're gonna do with the things I leave up there.